Apple was founded on April 1st, 1976 by college dropouts Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak. They both developed the first Apple I computer and incorporated Apple Inc. on January 3rd, 1977 in Cupertino, California, where its headquarters are now located. Apple is a multinational corporation that is famously known for their innovative and successful hardware and software products, such as the famous iPhone, iPad, iPod, iOS server, and Macintosh computer lines. Today we will be discussing about Apple's organizational culture, selection of employees, training practices, and performance appraisal methods.
Apple Incorporated's organizational culture is a key factor in the success of the company as it employs a unique approach to culture seldom used in organizations today. By placing the decisions in the hands of the lowest level employees, it allows for quick reactions to any sudden changes in the market, as the wait time for approval from the top down is completely eradicated from this process. This is done as they heavily believe and rely on their system and self-motivation and self-efficiency from their employees in order to complete their jobs effectively. However, several issues arose in this unique model that would have destroyed companies with a weaker resolve, as a lack of financial accountability among the various regions, questionable decision-making by the regional managers, and an unreliable and inconsistent system in which the HQ could use to track total cash flows quickly resulted in heavy financial losses throughout the company. They tackled this problem by setting subtle boundaries and creating an outline in which these managers had to follow, which helped alleviate the issues and allowed HQ to properly keep track of important information without micromanaging and compromising their employee empowerment philosophy. Their philosophy on empowering employees in order to promote self-efficiency and self-motivation has proven to be an effective approach to their organizational culture, as they are one of the most successful companies in the world. By allowing their employees to be the conductor of their own creative trains, they are setting an environment that acts as a barometer for a psychologically healthy workplace. According to the American Psychological Association, having a psychologically healthy workplace is critical to the success of any company, and Apple has this in spades.
A big part that plays into Apple's success is their employees. Selecting the right employee from the wrong employee can determine how successful your company can become. Apple puts its candidates through a vigorous selection process. In doing so, Apple is able to hire the best of the best. Apple's criteria for its candidates are: they must meet the job requirements and specifications on the job description. They must be highly knowledgeable, skilled, and creative, must show innovation and be able to work with others in teams and groups, and they must be able to perform at high levels at all times. In order for Apple to select the right employees, they use resumes, background checks, surveys in which they ask candidates to list products they own, their opinion of Apple, and what job position they are applying for and why it interests them. They also require candidates to go through 3 to 4 rounds of interviews, even upwards of 10, depending on the position being applied for. The interviews consist of situational and behavioral questions where the candidates play the role of Apple employees and Apple customers. They are then put into groups where they create and present new product ideas to Apple employees. Apple's selection of employees is highly effective because they have found a process where they are able to eliminate the wrong employees, only leaving the best behind. According to Lee Froshire's article, Work with the Best, How to Find Employees You Need, he states that a structured interview will help you find critical competencies a candidate will need for the position. Apple looks for candidates with high innovation and creativity skills who are knowledgeable and must be able to work in teams and be able to perform at high levels. So, with the use of behavioral interviews, Apple is able to ask candidates and pinpoint instances in which they demonstrate such attributes. They have also built brand loyalty by getting candidates that love Apple just as much as they do, but also possibly acquiring new customers with the use of Apple products throughout the interview process. Apple has implemented a proactive selection process as well, because during the screening and interviewing of candidates, they ask them for feedback of what they liked and don't like. In return, Apple is always making changes to their process to further improve it. Even though Apple's selection process is a vigorous one with a high rejection rate, in the end of the day, they get the best of the best working for them, making Apple highly successful.
Training programs at Apple are professionally designed for employees and managers to develop and improve skills and knowledge needed to achieve results goals for the benefit of the company. These programs include simulation games, on-the-job managerial computer IT training, lecture courses based on new product knowledge, and certification training programs. These training programs will provide various kinds of workshops and sessions to accumulate an employee's extensive knowledge based on the necessary requirements needed when applying these techniques. Apple Authorized Training Centers is the focus of developing and delivering a training curriculum that includes hands-on lab experiences, lectures, and web-based training through a worldwide network. Apple has also expanded professional development opportunities for workers through a supplier employee education and development program. This Apple Design program offers workers classes in topics such as finance, computer skills, and product knowledge on new products. As Apple frequently produces new products requiring expertise in completely different industries such as computers, music devices, media sales, and smartphones, is an employee skill set requirement that changes faster than at almost any other tech firm. Apple follows a strategy to make their employee self-reliant. There will always be new products and the next generation of technology, so it is important for managers and employees to be trained and adapted into new different strategies, applications, and methods every year to gain those knowledge. These training practices are effective because not only does these programs improve product knowledge, but as an employee individually, it builds strengths and helps the employee to grow in the company. This is especially beneficial for someone who is looking to grow in the company within under a short amount of time and who wants to move up to management. With these training programs, employees can be taught various methods about Apple's technology and how they can apply that out in the real world of electronics.
Performance appraisals at Apple are consistent and ongoing. Management will provide constant feedback to employees based on their job performance and also will help advise for guidance on opportunities that employees can improve from. The criteria for Apple's performance appraisal is based on feedback, counseling and motivation, which makes sure employees are goal-orientated, stretching, which challenges current assumptions of goals and processes of goals, salary progression, training and development, career management, which makes sure goals and objectives are being achieved, and human resource planning, which identifies current and future human resources needed for Apple's objectives to be achieved. Apple's employees are evaluated on terms of objectives, tasks, and results achieved based on predetermined goals that are planned and agreed jointly by employees and their line managers. According to an online case study about Apple's performance management, it states that Apple's performance appraisal system will help HR managers determine and observe any shortage in a particular skill and therefore use recruitment to replace efficiencies. Apple provides rewards and recognition to employees that are high performers, who are motivated, and who are hardworking. Therefore, Apple's performance appraisals are effective because management provides learning and goal setting, which will help employees have an expectation of their work improvement, which can lead to incentives such as pay increase and or a variable pay reward.